Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Part which was pending over here with us was for hierarchy. For hierarchy, I was stating that what all queries and packages will be needed. For queries and packages, we'll be needing the package for rel relationship and the base object, the put packages. I went ahead and created. Both of these packages are over here. The second part, which was pending after these packages, is once we created the profile, any questions in the profile will be created. Any questions? How? When we went ahead and created the profiles, you guys remember that? Yes, just recollecting it. We just went ahead over here at a profile. Just give the name and add all the relationship type which you needed and just save it. That would be how we went ahead and created this entity, objects and relationship. For those, all the relationship type will be coming along. We went ahead. We added these two things and accordingly, all the things for our relationship have been added. Once the profile has been created, what we have to go ahead and do is we have to add the labels and everything by adding the packages. And all these are the numeric numbers when we'll be going ahead and we'll be creating it via our data steward hierarchy manager. How the labels will be coming in. What would be the listing criteria? What attributes I need for searching? What attributes should be there as common? If I'm going ahead and seeing in the hierarchy what attributes should be showcased as a tool deck. All those things we have to go ahead and add for each and everything. I just went ahead and added for one. Then, once you are done with all these zeros and ones, you will be just going ahead and double clicking it. All your numbers will be over here. You can just go ahead and update it. If I want in any other way, I can go ahead and add. If I don't want any of these, I just want the first name, last name, employee code and the type. I'll just go ahead and add that. Same goes for tool deck pattern as well. All those which I am enabling, only those I will be seeing. Everything has to be done for all those entity types. For this also, I have to add the package. Once I go ahead and add the package, all these will be coming up. Common, you can see that over here also, it has been added. If it is utilizing the same package, you'll set it one place and it will be utilized everywhere. And if I go over here, there is no pattern. For pattern, what we have to go ahead and do, I can just go ahead and add the pattern for 1. Or I can say 0. And for the tooltip, I can just go ahead and set first name. On this one, I won't be able to put unless and until I go ahead and set. If I go ahead, you can see either detail or package must be set. It must be specified. Detail means read. Put means to have shared operations. All those attributes where I want to go ahead and do CRUD, I'll just go ahead and set the values accordingly. Index values. Add is for executing the process. List down is to list or to showcase all the hierarchies in a single format after the search has been done. Do I want to search anything? I can go ahead and specify that. All these things need to be specified. If you want to use it in the hierarchy manager, the entity as well as for relationship also. And then also like what are the outcomes? These are index values. We should be going with 0, 1, 2, 3 like this. That's the best recommended way. What will happen based on these indexes that we specify? This is how the data will be able to view and edit in the sequence only. It's what sequence you want to showcase your data when you're going ahead and creating the hierarchies. I can state this one as 3 for everything. List is basically what search you want to go ahead and do. What are the attributes you want to go ahead and search on? This is the search result. This is when you are reading. This is when you are trying to update. And this is when you are trying to add anything more, which means any execution which you want to go ahead and do. This is tool tip when you go ahead and focus on anything that what you want to go ahead and see over there. We select you will have. We will use these numbers by adding. Numbers while adding. Once we go ahead and complete this entire configuration from relationship type and also the entities and all I have done for this. We just go ahead and add this one as well. These will be utilized at the end of in the end like means hierarchy manager. And we'll be going ahead and see or want to add the data over there. Which particular data is what? Search on this. We want to list down the data, which means I want the row ID object to be displayed. And to see the details with the row ID objects as well. Basically, it takes a lot of time to go ahead and specify all these things. And there is no other way. You can go ahead and cut short all these things. It's a specific thing which is coming along. Karen went ahead. You can see over here is coming as you go. But over here I have gone ahead and added the one. It won't let me add. Same sequence needs to be added up. Sequence number 4. We went ahead, added for everything. Let's see if our match is completed or not. Match is still running. It's been completed already. Then why it is showcasing me like this? You can see the record tokenized queued for auto merge. It still records merged. It records on merge from that. Still, it is going in. It's still executing. It's not being completed yet. It will go ahead and complete itself. All those records which will be matched and merged. You can see these are still pending. 4 are there. All these are still going in and merging itself. Basically, our server is slow. And you are seeing a lot of time taken up. Because we started at 80, now it's 33. It's still taking time. We'll see that. Well, the merged one would be with consolidation indicator 1. Consolidation indicator 2 because we didn't update it as yes. This one is no. If we go ahead and update it with yes, then it would be consolidation indicator 1. We'll go into Hierarchy Manager. We have gone ahead and set the profile. When we go ahead and add, you can see over here you're getting what type of person he is. Let's say manager. Then you can see the difference now. Over here, hub state indicator is coming. Manager hub state indicator went away. For team lead, I didn't add it as well. Getting. What would be the name? Let's say he is Lucas. XYZ employee is 227. We didn't have a type which is these ones. We won't be able to get the data in proper format. Let's go ahead and what is selected in like hub state indicator 1. It will convert. It will create the record as active directly. Basically, we are creating a new record from this. Otherwise, if we have to go ahead and search, we can go ahead and search. But for searching, we need the data. What would be the result for that? What is the type we want to go ahead and select? That data will come up over here, all the data. Then we can add the relationship for that. No entities on left end. That's why it's not showcasing us. We can go into the data manager and then go ahead and add the data, or we can directly add the data from over here. And then we can go ahead and create a relationship. Parag. Both the things we can go ahead and do. Any question over here? I think that's the developer. It will be created. Next one. Let's say we are creating a lead. His name is Susan B. Employee board is this type is lead. We'll go ahead, create that. Which one do you want in our organizational relationship type will be lead to developer. And if you want a start date or an end date for this particular hierarchy, you can add that. Otherwise, it would be simply. Now this has been created. And go ahead and find this search record, the record and this space board. Which one? Let's see. It's being connected to this. In the same way, if I want to go ahead, add a manager of Susan. Let's say you became the manager. I have no idea what your last name is. I'm just putting. Let's go ahead and directly see. The data is coming up over here. We added up over here. And we'll say one. You can see over here that all the data will be moving up. If I can go ahead and I can add as many as lead I want. Let's say XYZ ABC person name as this. And this person is also associated to, and I'll just say all the hops. You can see, now the hierarchies are being updated. And the same data, we can go ahead and see it in employees. Over here is our employees table. And you can see all the data is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, which we created everything. And in the relationship you can see all are related. for which particular relative and which particular hierarchy. Any questions over here? Like once you create all this, like you said, numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, this shows the hierarchy level. Over here, yes, 0. It's like the least is, the highest is the 2 connections. Basically, these are showcasing 2 connection are out of and how many connection this have and what is left of. This is what it's showcased. If I want, I go ahead, and if I want to go ahead and edit this, I can go ahead and edit. To edit that relationship, I can go ahead and edit the relationship as well. This is how the hierarchy will be showcased over here. These ones, we can go ahead and do a tree, which one is going inside which circular if there would be any, and also in this way. Hierarchy. If you go with the hierarchy and you can see it's going from left to, it's not from top to bottom over here. This top to this left to approach is being updated in provisioning tool, and this particular entire structure, we can see it as a top down approach. E360. Let's see if our merge is done. It completed with warnings. Max average of merge queue has been increased. That's what has been updated. I think somebody has been updated. That's for queue. While stating that but reached, I think how many we have enabled from the configuration that setting has been reached, and stating that manual consolidation in the properties tab or maximum or details dialog box. Maximum merge queue size has been reached. Hence it was not able to update all the data. The ones which got updated, we can see the data in the process. We can refresh it. All the row ID objects, which will be same now, will be together. We can go ahead and check that. We have to go ahead and do a self join to see what all are having two different. What we can go ahead and do is select the support there. assuming the object. I can do a group by 8. Other than going ahead and doing this. Group by 8. Row ID object, row ID system. And we can go ahead and take the count. Count to row ID. And we can do a group by 8. Why these are only 1? It even reports got merged. If they were queued for merge, they were not merged. We can go ahead and run. All these many are being done. We'll use that. Why it's 0? Don't tell me that due to this particular thing, they stopped merge size. And basically we cannot do anything on that, but you can see the match data. I think my match data is not over here as well. There is no data over here because it got interrupted. And these are the merge queued. For merge records, I would say merge operation ID and row ID object, personal row ID objects. I can't do anything over here because there might be some issue. It's row ID and the row ID objects. Due to the configuration setup in the backend, it is saving this thing. But it is stating over here the maximum number of queued sites has been reached. Whereas with us the queue size is 1000. Match key distribution. You can see how many record counts are there. There are total 100 record counts which are going with. You can see all those things which are coming up. This is what is stated over here. Any questions in the Hub console now? I'm sorry about this configuration. Over here, this might be due to the server issue that we don't have enough big processing server in the configuration that it is stopping us for that. And all the data would be going ahead and merging whatever data was there in AP. There would be 197 records which would have got merged. I think we can wait because we can start the model. That's what I was asking. Does these loads and merge of how we can go ahead and start it and all those things will be clear. Hierarchy management. We just went ahead, created 2 extra queries. In the queries, we have to go ahead and create the queries for the tables which we want to have data in and the port packages. After we do these 2 packages, we have to go into the profile which we created and we have to enable these all settings over here. Once these settings will be enabled, you can go ahead and view that entire data. You can create update, you can do all those CRUD operations. No problem in this. Go ahead and rewatch all these things. We have gone through all these things, but there were certain numbers of issues with the data which we had. That's why one thing was that for a discontinuation or interruption between the flow. I agree. That was one place. Second place over here, what all these things are. You got to know that how labels comes into play. And in your developer and your team lead, you can see that the data which has been added up over here is different. And manager, you can see that the hub state indicator is only for comment. There is no label, there is nothing over here for put to details and all. But for over here and over here you can see the hub state indicator is coming for developer. That is why when we went ahead and we were creating the data in the developer area, we are seeing the hub state indicator, but in manager and team lead, you are not having the hub state indicator over there. You can create the data on either of the sites and then you can search for the records. That is also can be done. You can go ahead into the data manager. You select the employees table. And you can create the data over here also for the post. And then you can go ahead into the hierarchy manager and search that particular data and do the relationship. One thing is this one which we made ahead, and the second thing was with the data loads, which is I think which would be now clear that how the data moves from learning to staging to base object. And then the second thing is that you can create that. We added up in the landing table, then it moved into staging. We had encountered few issues due to the data. The data also went into the region. You can see this is country. It is at this. You can see the data over here. There is no raw table data because we didn't update the audits in PIL. You will not see any data. OPL also, you will not see any data now. For Sapien for C Raman group. For PIL there is. Because over here, in this particular configuration for address, we have enabled for C Raman, not for SAP. For SAP, we have not enabled anything. Data went into the PIL data. These are the entire records. If you go ahead and I'll go ahead and do a count. It will go ahead and showcase me 2 500 cards. which was inserted. All the data is over here. This is all the PR data. In the reject, we'll be having all the rejects which happened in the records. And the staging. Once the handling was being converted, it sent all the data over here. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.